Well, then it's time now for our press review. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has said that he will introduce emergency legislation to designate Rwanda a safe country, even though the Supreme Court declared his government's controversial migrant deportation policy unlawful. Leo McGuinn joins us now. Leo, what are the British papers saying about all of this?
Yeah, you can see on the front page of the Times this morning that announcement from Rishi Sunak that he'll introduce emergency legislation to mark Rwanda a safe country, despite the Supreme Court ruling that his asylum seekers' migration policy was unlawful. The news makes the front page of nearly every paper in the country. In fact, I'll show you the Independent. They say Rattled Rishi, say he was humiliated by the Supreme Court decision. And the Express have some defiant words from the Prime Minister on the front page. We will deport migrants, he says. I want to show you two very different papers in terms of political leaning. We'll start with the left and the Mirror. They have this on the front page saying Rishi Sunak has wasted £140 million, money that could have been spent on tackling migrant smugglers. This article makes the point that the public wants an immigration system that is fair and compassionate and a government that is competent and respects the law. They say that the country has neither. I want to show you the Telegraph now, because this is interesting. The Telegraph has traditionally been a conservative supporting paper, but this opinion piece really doesn't hold back in the criticism of the Tories. They say that it's driven them to the verge of oblivion. The Supreme Court decision was devastating, a veritable slam dunk humiliation. This exposed the government as legally illiterate rank amateurs. I'll finish with a Rwandan paper, the New Times. They focus on the fact that Rwanda has been designated as unsafe by that Supreme Court decision. A government spokesperson said that that's wrong, and Rwanda has a welcoming policy and a good record of caring for refugees, which they say make the political judgments unjustified.
We'll turn to France for this next one then, Leo. Now, a famous French art expert could be facing prison time. Tell us why.
Yeah, so this is French art expert, as you can see here. He could be facing prison time indeed for fraud. He's been accused of defrauding. He basically made 18th century ornaments and artwork, but it wasn't real. He sold it at high prices to buyers, including the palace in Versailles. He's charged with implementing the scam between 2008 and 2015, where he and another defendant claimed to be selling pieces that had belonged to the likes of Marie Antoinette. Scam went on for almost a decade unnoticed before investigators noticed abnormalities in 2014 when Pallo attempted to buy a house, and financial irregularities were then discovered. And some of the pieces he sold were worth up to hundreds of thousands of euros.
All right, we'll change gears completely for this last story then, Leo. That's an escapee that caused mayhem on a recent flight. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, imagine this. So a Boeing 747 flying at 30,000 feet, then a horse escapes, causing absolute chaos. This is in the USA today. There was a plane flying from New York, JFK, to Belgium, and it was forced to turn around just 90 minutes into the journey. Air traffic control received this message from the pilot: "We have a live animal, a horse, on board the airplane. I repeat, the horse managed to escape." Just to point out, it was a cargo plane, so there weren't just passengers sitting while a horse just ran around willy-nilly. The plane landed back at JFK safely, where a vet was on standby, and it was able to take off again safely later on. Interestingly, they still have no idea how the horse got out, but its condition was stable, so all's well that ends well. I've seen the movie Snakes on a Plane. I'm not sure horses on a plane quite has the same ring to it, Erin.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't want to see that poor horse suffer in that small plane. Leo McGuinn with the press review. Thank you.